I know what you all want me to say, that Brie Larson doesn't smile, this is a feminist movie, that it's just some political agenda, but here's what I'm really gonna say. Captain Marvel is the 21st movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this is set in 1995, and we follow Carol Danvers, played by Brie Larson. She's part of the Skrull-Kree War, and there's some conspiracy there. She crash lands on Earth, and she has to team up with Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson, to uncover a plot against Earth and space. Now, we all know the controversy surrounding this movie. It is the latest Marvel movie to have controversy surrounding it, unfortunately. But I'm not really going to get into any of that. I really don't want to. I want to judge the movie based on whether or not it's actually good or bad, whether or not I liked it or I didn't like it. I had a really fun time with Captain Marvel. Definitely some major issues that I will get into, but overall, I really did enjoy Captain Marvel, and I know what everybody's asking. Is Brie Larson miscast? I don't think so. I just think it's the way Carol Danvers is written, and probably the direction that the directors went in with the character, and I feel like she does the best with what she's given. So I don't think it's necessarily her. There are a couple of lines of dialogue in there where it does feel like she isn't giving it her all, but for the most part, she's committed to this role, and I don't think she's miscast at all. Also, the visual effects are stunning. A lot of the space battles are awesome. De-aging CGI on Samuel L. Jackson, that is seamless. That is really good. And the movie's got a lot of humor, especially when it comes to Goose the cat. I don't like cats. I like that cat. He's awesome. The bits of humor really land. I didn't find there to be much humor. I had heard that a lot of the humor doesn't land, but the humor that was there did land, and I feel like there wasn't that much humor in here, you know? Ben Mendelsohn is the villain. Ben Mendelsohn is like the quintessential villain. You cast Ben Mendelsohn as a villain, and you just know what type of performance you're getting. But Ben Mendelsohn took it to another level as the villain in this movie. I really enjoyed Ben Mendelsohn's performance. I think the space/sci-fi elements of this movie are honestly the best parts of the movie. The Earth stuff is still good, but it's not quite as good as the sci-fi and the space stuff. That's the stuff that really hammered it home for me. I really like the fact that we get to dive into Carol Danvers' backstory. We get to learn about who she is, because she doesn't have any memory. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know where she comes from. And I really enjoyed seeing that through flashbacks. I'm glad it wasn't like a linear story. Even though this is an origin story, they did it in a different way, and I really appreciate that. And I also really love her chemistry with Samuel L. Jackson in this. They feed off each other. She and Nick Fury have this buddy cop type of story going, and it really made sense, especially since there were a lot of those in the 90s. This feels like a 90s action movie made today in a way. Not fully. It's still got today's stamp on it, but it does have that 90s stamp on it, and I think that was something that kind of added to the movie. I mean, you have all the 90s references, which I don't think were over the top. Everybody keeps saying that there's too many of them. I really didn't think so. I didn't think that there were as many as everybody was saying. So I really enjoyed those aspects of the film. Where the film falters for me is the character of Carol Danvers herself. I feel like there's not much there, and I feel like that's why people are saying Brie Larson is miscast. Sure, Carol Danvers does have a personality, but that doesn't come out until later on in the film. Probably about 2/3 of the way through. So by the time Captain Marvel herself starts to shine, she has her personality, but we haven't built up that personality to that point. And I feel like that was a huge, huge miss on the character development department, especially when your main character is Captain Marvel. Also, some of the editing, ugh. A lot of the editing in this movie, in the action set pieces, which are fine, there's nothing memorable with those action set pieces. The editing, though, it's a lot of flash cutting. The first two action set pieces were actually pretty good. There's one at the beginning, and then there's another one towards the beginning. It's the train chase, that clip that's been released. that's where it all started to kind of feel a bit wonky. There's a lot of flash cutting, a lot of quick cuts, everything just going back and forth. There's literally one point in the movie where I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? Who edited this movie? It was really, really, really strange. I also think that this movie does have a bit too much of a fast pace for the first 15 to 20 minutes. There's a lot going on in those 15 to 20 minutes. There's a lot of action going on. And sometimes it feels like it's overloaded with action. You just feel exhausted after those first 20 minutes. It can lead to some tiredness later on in the film, and it might take people out of it later on in the film. Once those first 15 to 20 minutes pass, that's when it becomes more focused. I think we had a more focused movie after that. And some of this makeup, I mean, the Skrulls look like, you gotta admit, they look like Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z, but some of them, not all of them, some of them, oh my god, some of that makeup was horrendous. I have never seen makeup that bad since this, and it's not even out yet. I was sitting there in the theater, I was like, they got away with this makeup in a big budget superhero movie? Like, how is this possible? I did find entertainment in Captain Marvel, and I hope others do too. Don't go into this movie thinking that it's some political agenda and it's some feminist movie and, oh, Brie Larson doesn't smile. Whatever. Like, just please, go into this movie with an open mind, form your own opinion, and just leave it at that. Don't bring all this extra stuff into it. Just, no. It's dumb. I don't understand this. Please, don't do it. Because I had a lot of fun with the movie. I hope others have a lot of fun with the movie. And I'm gonna give Captain Marvel a B. Please, just form your own opinion about this. Don't bring all the other outside shit that's going on with this movie into your opinion of the movie. Please do not have a predetermined mindset about the movie before watching it, like most people already do. So, if you looked at my Twitter, I will be doing shoutouts to some of my fellow YouTubers. We all support each other. So I figured that because we all support each other, I would show some of that support to them. So I'm going to do a shout out to a channel right now, and that channel is for Jared Buckendahl. That dude's really cool. He does a lot of cool sketches, movie reviews like me. He does really good trailer reactions. He's coming out with a lot of new content, some new shows. The JB Classics, those are the best, man. Keep those going. Really, he adds a huge sense of humor to his videos. I will leave the link to his channel in the description below. Thank you for watching my review of Captain Marvel. You guys are the best. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.